wind is a Raider, and it feels like autumn tonight in Oakland, California. It's 2006 Oakland Raiders preseason football on the Raiders television network. Welcome to the McAfee Coliseum, where tonight the Silver and Black take on the Detroit Lions. And hi again, everybody. I'm Grant Napier. It's game 4 of this preseason. What a start for the Oakland Raiders. They are 3-0. Of course, last week they took care of the San Francisco 49ers 23-7, showing that they can score along with playing stingy defense.
I like this team. And the reason I like this team because it's just a little bit of mix of veteran guys that have been there and done that, but it's a whole core of young guys that are like sponges right now that are absorbing everything that Arch tells them, and it's a belief, and you can see it mounting. You can see it mounting, and then we come together as a team. I really like our chances. I really do.
Take care of home field, win the AFC West, and everything else happened from there. And if we win the West, we'd be in the playoffs evidently, then we get in the playoffs and make a run for the Super Bowl. But our ultimate goal is Super Bowl. We don't want to think playoffs, we want to think Super Bowl.
High goals are the standard for this year's Raiders team under head coach Art Shell. Pleasure to be with ARTIE Gigantino along with Jim Plunkett. And Plunk, once again, we saw the defense play very well last week, but it was the offense that got some points on the board, and Aaron Brooks looked very good.
Yeah, he certainly did. He got off to a slow start, only completing 2 of 9 passes in the first 2 games, whether that be from learning a new system or being under a new pressure situation with a new football team. He certainly showed what he could do last week against the 49ers, played a good, solid game, threw the ball extremely well, one for a touchdown, and then he also took off for a 25-yard scamper. I think that's going to show a lot of what Aaron Brooks is going to do for the rest of the year.
All right, Plunk, Artie, let's talk about the defense, because for the 3rd week in a row, they really shined.
And you know, one of the attributes of this defense is speed. We've all talked about it. But like Warren Sapp said, there's a mix of youth as well as veterans. And 2 of the young stars of this defense are Kurt Morrison, who has taken over the middle linebacker job this year, a youngster from Oakland, California. He's done a sensational job of calling the defensive signals. The other guy who's having a fabulous preseason is Fabian Washington, last year's first-round draft choice. He's already got 1 interception this preseason. Look for him to have a very big year. Speed, talented youngsters. That's part of this defense this year, Grant.
All right, Artie, when we come back, it will be the opening kickoff. The Silver and Black look to go to a perfect 4-0 on the Oakland Raiders television network. Oakland, Art Shell and his team trying to go 4-0, but more importantly than that, gentlemen, continue to find play, which we saw last week against San Francisco, Plunk.
And, you know, you're absolutely right. They made a lot of progress last week against San Francisco, offensively, defensively. Special teams, it kind of came together still early in the preseason, but they showed a lot of progress.
And, you know, look at this defense. You know, we talked about it in the open. They've only given up 30 points so far this year in the preseason. That's 10 a game. That's winning a lot of games if you can keep that average at 10 points a game for the opponent.
Jason Hansen, 2-time Pro Bowler, a very outstanding kicker for the Detroit Lions. And you saw that it was Gabriel and Carr back deep for the Raiders. So we are underway here on this Friday night from Oakland. And it's going to be Carr taking it at the 4. And Carr tripped up where he may have been gone. And out at the 35-yard line, good field position. There is Aaron Brooks, who played so well last week against San Francisco, the 8th-year man out of Virginia. And up front, a couple of changes. Jake Grove's going to be out for a couple of weeks. Corey Holsey moves to center. You see Kelvin Garman and Robert Gallery on the left side. And then the backs, Jordan Crockett, Courtney Anderson had a good game last week, and Randy Moss and Doug Gabriel, your receivers.
You know, one of the things you got to watch out for, Holsey hasn't played a lot of center, and the exchange between the center and the quarterback is very important here.
So good field position for the Raiders to start this game. Ball just over the 35. Randy Moss, bottom of the screen, and there's Doug Gabriel in motion. Crockett and Jordan line up in the eye behind Brooks, and it's the second man, Jordan. And a gain of maybe a yard on the play. Let's look at the Detroit Lions defense. They've made a couple of changes. A couple of their regulars are out of the ball game tonight. But up front, you see DeVries, Bell, Sean Cody, and James Hall. Ernie Sims is the linebacker. They have high hopes for him getting the start. And you look at Terrence Holt at the free safety. His brother is the outstanding receiver, Torrey Holt.
You know, you look at this Detroit defense, it's the Tampa Bay system. Rod Marinelli, the head coach, came from Tampa Bay, a 4-3.
2nd down and 9. Brooks, good protection, and open, and incomplete. Gabriel had to make the turn, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 9 for the Raiders.
You know, you mentioned a 4-3, just like Tampa Bay's defense, also cover 2. coverage in the secondary, and Doug Gabriel's on the sidelines, a little bit better throw. He was wide open, and Aaron Brooks just missed by a little.
You know what? It was catchable, and that's the soft spot in cover 2, right behind the corner to the side of the safety. The ball was thrown in the right area. It just like you said, the execution of it wasn't what you wanted.
So a 3rd down and 9 for Brooks and the Raiders on the first possession of the football game. Four receivers, Lamont Jordan the only back. Here comes the blitz. Brooks is picked up, looking long for Moss. Touchdown Raiders! Randy Moss from Aaron Brooks. And it's the first connection we've seen this year for a touchdown. Oh boy.
And that's what everybody's expecting, the big play from Aaron Brooks to Randy Moss. He was injured a little bit last year, but he still made a lot of big plays for the Raiders. Here he just beats him on a post, a great throw, great catch.
And he runs right by number 25, Fernando Bryant. But that's where you want to go. When there's not a free safety in the middle of the field and a team is blitzing, you want to give your big receiver all that room, Grant, in which to run.
Good job again by the line and the backs to pick up the blitz to give Aaron Brooks that extra time. And Randy Moss gets free. What a welcome sight that is. You knew it was there. And Aaron Brooks to Randy Moss. You'll be seeing a lot of that in the future. Janikowski to make it 7-0. Leckler to hold. And an outstanding start for the Raiders. They convert on 3rd down and 9. Aaron Brooks to that man right there, Randy Moss. And with a minute gone by here in the first quarter, it's the Raiders on top 7-0. Welcome to for the Raiders. They lead 7-0. And that only took a minute. And 3 plays, 65 yards. And Randy Moss on the receiving end of that 63-yard touchdown pass.
You know, one of the things I liked about the pass overall, it was well executed, that's for sure. But also Aaron Brooks was having trouble getting the ball deep. Randy Moss was out and running him. But that time he let it go soon enough where Randy Moss had a chance to run under it, make the grab in stride, and score the touchdown.
You saw back deep. It was number 18, Eddie Drummond. Sebastian Janikowski will kick it away. And it is a bouncing ball picked up by an up man at the 25. And the Lions will take over at about the 38-yard line. 7-0 Raiders here on the Oakland Raiders television network. When it's your toss, 7-0. There's John Kitna. He's in his 11th year out of Central Washington, 5 previous years with the Cincinnati Bengals. Veteran quarterback years before that with the Seattle Seahawks. First down. Good field position at the 38. Rodgers and Drummond at the top. And Marcus Pollard in motion. And the give is to Kevin Jones. And Jones is across the 45 to the 47. Derek Gibson on the stop. Let's look at that Detroit Lions offensive line. Ross Berber, the newcomer, comes over from the Cleveland Browns. Backs and receivers. You saw Kevin Jones with the carry. The veteran Corey Schlesinger, one of the best fullbacks in the league. Marcus Pollard, the former Colt. And Roy Williams and Corey Bradford. Bradford came over from the Houston Texans. 2nd and 2. And again, it's Jones. And he is run out of bounds by Thomas Howard. Let's look at that Raiders defense. And up front, Brayton, Sapp, Kelly, and Derek Burgess, the Pro Bowler from a year ago. Kirk Morrison in the middle with Sam Williams and Thomas Howard on the outside. Asamoah in Washington, Gibson and Schweigert. Gibson getting the start for the rookie Michael Huff.
And the Raiders started the game off in one of their nickel packages, which is why they were a little soft against the run. But normal personnel is now in the game.
All right, it's a 3rd down and 2. Empty formation. Kitna. And it's caught, and a first down as Mike Fury has to grab. And last year, Fury, interestingly enough, played defensive back for the St. Louis Rams. He started at safety for the Rams and now playing receiver for John Kitna and the Lions.
And I felt it was a great play by Stuart Schweigert. He went right over the top of a defender and still made the tackle. It was a real tough, hard-nosed tackle by Stuart Schweigert. Got a little stumble there.
All right, Roy Williams, the talented receiver out of Texas. He was an original 7th-round pick, and in motion is Bradford. Kitna again looks to throw. Pressure, and they've got him back at the 46-yard line. And who else? Derek Burgess, who had 16 sacks a year ago.
Derek Burgess is one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. 16 sacks, like Grant said, he's the first Raider to do that. He comes on the top of your screen there. He has done an excellent job of rushing the passer. Now that is sheer determination of coming around and just bringing the quarterback to the ground.
You know, one of the things, it's so amazing, he's not on the pass rush side. He's on the strong running hand side. Quarterback can see him, yet he's able to make 16 tackles a year ago.
A loss of 10. A loss of 10 for the Lions. 2nd and 20. Kitna. And over the middle, and it is juggled and dropped. Intended for Mike Fury.
This is a new Lion offense, and it's a great challenge for the Oakland Raider defense because Mike Martz, the head coach of the Rams, is now the offensive coordinator for the Lions. And quite frankly, the last 3 offenses the Raiders have seen this preseason have been fairly sterile and fairly basic. But this is good for the Raiders to see this type of offense.
All right, 4 wide receivers. John Kitna will work out of the shotgun. 3rd down and 20. Looking long for Williams. Incomplete. Outstanding coverage on the play by Nnamdi Asomugha. He had Williams step for step. And it'll be 4th down for the Lions.
You know, you take a look at this. Again, Grant said it. Roy Williams, a first rounder out of the University of Texas, runs, but Nnamdi keeps up with them. It's an excellent play. But Stuart Schweiger comes into the picture. He was in great shape, too.
Nick Harris in punt formation for the first time. Chris Carr is standing at his 10. High spiraling kick. Carr with the fair catch. And he'll let it bounce into the end zone. So off the touchback, the Raiders will have the ball at the 20-yard line. They lead it 7-0 here on the Oakland Raiders television network. Fun.
Well, you know what? There's no middleman. There's no hidden cost because the PSLs are out. It's the first time the Raiders have been in charge. And you know what, Grant? There are customer relations representatives standing on, waiting for people to call. It's a great time to buy Raiders season tickets.
All right, Moss and Gabriel up top high again with Zach Crockett and Lamont Jordan. 7-0 Raiders. Brooks pumps, looks, and incomplete. Intended for Randy Moss. And on the coverage for the Lions was Fernando Bryant.
You take a look at Keith Millard there going over with his troops, the defensive lineman, what was going on.
Folks, we want to tell you about the text messaging and again the question for the game. Which position has produced the best all-time Raiders? And to vote, text Oakland A, Oakland B, or Oakland C to 88222 now. That's right. And you could be a winner. Just by text messaging, you'll be able to take 15% off your next purchase at any of the Raider image stores. For terms and conditions, log on to Raiders.com. It's California Speedway that brings you a chance to win 4 tickets and 4 field passes to a Raiders game. And again, just text message to 88222. And we'll have the results a little bit later. Lamont Jordan hobbling off the field.
And hopefully it's not too bad. It was a good drop play, executed very well at the point of attack. A good move by Lamont Jordan to pick up the first down.
Last week we saw Michael Huff hobble off the field, and now it's Lamont Jordan. So Justin Fargas replaces Jordan behind Crockett. First down. Here's Zach. And not much doing. A gain of 2 on the play.
Now, fellas, that's a rarity right there that Zach Crockett carries the ball. So we take a look at the sidelines. But, you know, again, the Raiders are going to take precaution here and not allow. Just wait and see what happens with Lamont Jordan.
Boy,
again, excuse me, Grant, but going back to Zach Crockett,
yeah,
he's the ultimate team guy, the ultimate blocker. As we take a look at the injury, as Lamont Jordan goes down.
Boy, you remember the final game 2 seasons ago when Zach Crockett got the ball every time and just ran the ball down the field for
against
the Raiders.
Jacksonville, as I recall.
It was outstanding. All right, 2nd down and 8. And here is the delay. Fargas, big hole, first down, and he's across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Justin Fargas with a big hole on the delay, and the Raiders move the chains here in the first quarter with 5 minutes gone by.
And that's the exact same play that Lamont Jordan had where he got injured a little bit ago. A drop play on 2nd and long, and there it is. There's nobody in that hole, and he picks up a good 15 yards on the carry.
He's running with violence this year. He's been healthy. He's holding on to the football. And that's an example of violent running when you lower the shoulder and take it to a defensive back.
Same formation. Now it's Randy Moss in motion. First down for the Raiders. Crockett in front of Fargas. And he has a gain of 1, maybe 2 on the play. Kalimba Edwards, who led the team in sacks a year ago. He's in his 5th year from South Carolina on the stop for the Detroit Lions. Interestingly enough, guys, the Lions, who obviously are from the Eastern time zone, they left today to come out here. They met at their facility at 8:30 in the morning. They took off at 10:30 Eastern time. And 4.5 hours later, they landed in Oakland. Artie, they went to an airport hotel. They had a pregame meal, and they bussed over here to the Coliseum.
Well, they had to get special permission from the NFL to do that, but they better have had a good reason to do it, because that's nuts.
And they'll fly home right after the ball game.
That's even nuttier.
And Brooks and dropped Courtney Anderson. And, you know, Anderson did a nice job there, Punk. He came back for the football,
He did.
But he just dropped it.
He's got to find a way to hold on to it. But they're, once again, they're looking for tight ends to be pass receivers this year.
Well, so far in the preseason, the Raider tight ends, and mostly at the hand of Aaron Brooks there, have caught 13 passes. Now, that's great, because last year, the tight ends only caught a total of 37 in 16 games. So we talked about it last week. As you look at this graph, spreading the wealth, the tight ends, and including Marcellus Rivers, who's caught 1, have caught 13 passes so far.
Jerry Porter into the game for the first time. He's at the bottom of your screen. Brooks, pressure. And a flag down, and they've got Aaron Brooks back inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. Sean Cody, who played in every game for the Lions last year, on the sack. Penalty marker down in the area of holding. Mike Carey, the ref.
Offense number 69 is declined. 4th down.
Number 69, a new offensive guard, Kelvin Garman, starting at left guard for the first time for the Raiders. You take a look at the left side of your screen. There's a hold by him as Cody starts to get by him. Now, you look at Sean Cody. He's a great, great player from USC, a first-round draft choice.
Shane Leckler, and there is Eddie Drummond standing at his 10-yard line. First punt of the game. Oh, wow, what a punt by Leckler. A high spiraling kick, backs Drummond up to the 6. And he's going nowhere. Good special teams play down there for the Raiders, and that's good coverage by Thomas Howard.
Thomas Howard, second-round draft choice out of the University of Texas, El Paso, is going to be a sensational linebacker, and he's putting his time in this preseason, not only a linebacker, but on special teams because of plays like that.
Well, let's welcome George Atkinson to the telecast, as always, working the sidelines for us. George?
Guys, I got 2 things for you. I got an interview for you, but also have a report on Lamar Jordan. Left ankle sprain, probable going back. It's a minor left ankle sprain. And the same thing happened last week to my guest right here, #1 draft choice, Michael Huff. Michael, how is the injury?
Oh, it's doing good. I mean, with ankle injuries, that can last you the whole year. So right now we're trying to be smart, and I mean, it's arrested.
You know, you come along real fast in this camp, and talk to me about how difficult it was for you to pick up the Raiders defense.
It wasn't that hard. I mean, just had to get in there, get a film room, and listen to the older DBs, and just kind of, get in the playbook. And I mean, everything's coming along well.
What can we expect from Michael Huff this year?
Many more plays, a lot of touchdowns.
All right, guys, back to you.
I like that. A lot of touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
From a safety. You love to hear that.
Michael Huff was one of the outstanding players in all of college football last year.
Well, the Lions and John Kitna working right in front of the black hole. Corey Schlesinger in front of Kevin Jones. Kitna standing at his goal line, looking near side, and it is complete by Roy Williams. And Williams has a Lions first down, and with it, they're going to say now he juggled it out of bounds. The official came over, overruled the other official, and it's incomplete. So it will be 3rd down for the Lions.
Another great player from the University of Texas, Roy Williams, 6'2", 212. What a great player he was at the University of Texas. It's a very close here. He's juggling the ball. 1 foot is down, 2 foot, but the second foot's on the line. But it looked like he was still juggling.
Well, he was, without question, out of bounds. Good call by the official. And again, Kitna operating with some noise behind him. 3rd down and 9. We're in the first quarter, and he'll have to take the timeout as the play clock is winding all the way down. And now the official said that was an error, so they're going to reset the play clock to 25 seconds. In motion is Fury. Kitna. And it is complete Fury has it, and a first down for the Lions. Stuart Schweigert up on the top. Actually, it is Corey Bradford, the 9th-year player out of Jackson State, on the catch again, the free agent who came over from the Houston Texans.
Well, what they did was flood that side with 3 wide receivers, and some of the defenders got lost on who they were supposed to cover, and it came out. Corey Bradford came wide open on a deep out route, enough for the first down.
He's Mike Martz's kind of guy in terms of offense. He's more of that possession type receiver.
So a first down for the Lions, and again Kitna will look to throw, and it's complete, and a big hit down at the 45-yard line, but again on the grab it's Corey Bradford. Jared Cooper with the tackle for the Raiders.
You know, the Lions made some changes, obviously, at quarterback. They got rid of Joey Heatherton a year ago, as well as Jeff Garcia, and they brought in Kitna, who's had some big years, both at Seattle and at Cincinnati. And I think they brought in the right guy for this new offense under Mike Martz.
And the backup, we'll see him later on, Josh McCown, is also a talented guy from the Phoenix Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals.
All righty, first down for the Lions here in the first quarter. 7-0 Raiders. Jones. Pollard leading the way. Turns the corner and a first down. Good seal block there by Marcus Pollard. That allowed Jones to get to the outside. And a pickup of 12 on the play. Great to see the youngsters out here on a Friday night here at the Coliseum with Dad. Enjoying the Raiders right now, leading 7-0.
Fan-friendly play, excuse me, Jim. That's good for people of all ages. You take a look at Kevin Jones, again, another first-rounder for the Detroit Lions out of the Virginia Tech.
So a first down for the Lions. Kitna may be changing the play at the line of scrimmage.
No question about it, Grant. That's exactly what he's doing.
Looking. And it's Schlesinger, the fullback, and Corey Schlesinger, who is in his 12th year out of Nebraska. What's amazing about him, he's only missed 9 games in his entire career, and he pulled
for him in Detroit.
It's been certainly a big struggle. He's been under a lot of pressure in the last couple of years. Detroit needs to win some football games this year.
Here's Jones. And tripped up by Morrison. What a beautiful play by the 2nd-year player, Kirk Morrison. There is a penalty flag down. Morrison shedding his block and making the stop on the ball carrier, Jones.
It's usually offsides on the line of scrimmage when the linesman throws that, or an illegal formation. How you guys like the new uniforms that the umpires and, excuse me, that the referees are wearing?
There's no
great time being around Matt.
He was unbalanced line, therefore no illegal formation. They're down.
But third down and 3 for the Lions. Kitna. And he'll run for it and has the first down. Warren Sapp gets him from behind with help from Tommy Kelly. But it is a Detroit first down with 4:35 left, clock moving first quarter, and the Lions trying to tie this game up at 7.
You know, good pressure by the Raider defense. The front four put some push on that offensive line. The secondary did a good job. Kitna couldn't find anybody open, took off and ran and picked up a first down. John Kitna is a very good, solid quarterback. He does a lot of things well. He not only throws the ball well, makes quick decisions, and he's pretty good on his feet.
You take a look at Warren Sapp. We talked about him last week, but 7-time Pro Bowler with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right, Williams was to the right, pressure, and Fury, and he makes a sliding catch. They're going to say he got it before it hit the turf. And it will be a first down for the Lions.
Derek Gibson, number 36, Grant, doesn't agree with it. But what happens now, most teams like to get up to the line of scrimmage and take a snap so the other team cannot challenge it.
Well, it's not going to matter. They, again, had a discussion among the officials, and they ruled it incomplete. So it goes for naught, and the Lions go back to the original line of scrimmage with 3:45 left here in the first quarter. And they're now looking at a 2nd and 10 as you look at Aaron Brooks, who hooked up on the first drive of the football game with Randy Moss.
And I think they're going to challenge that, the Detroit Lions are, whether it was a catch or not.
Of the play
pass being challenged by Detroit.
But to get the...
It's an incomplete pass. The ball hit the ground.
Grant, what do they do to him?
That's a great question.
Because delay a game for a player or a team, you get a fight.
That's a good point.
Something like that.
Good
That's
point.
right. Send them to New England in December.
That's this guy right here. He does licorice.
Oh, boy. All right, so it's 2nd down. And Jones, flag down. This may be coming back. Jones running out of bounds at about the 25-yard line.
Clearly a hold on Tyler Brayton.
The penalty, still 2nd down.
Tyler Brayton was grabbed and yanked to the ground, I believe, by Jeff Backus, number 76.
You know, I think it's very obvious when a guy goes down like the way Tyler did. He's reaching out and he can't move because he's being held.
See the speed of the Raider defense.
You know, and Artie, I think Tyler being back at defensive end is
huge.
Yeah, it's big for him.
All right, second and 20. And picked off. Morrison. And Morrison is tackled at the 40-yard line. The second-year player, as we were just talking about, the local product, right here from Oakland. And he's got the fans on their feet. The Raiders ball, leading 7-0.
Speedy linebacker group, is they can get back into coverage better. Kitten is dropping back. The Raiders are in some type of 2-deep zone, and the ball is thrown right to Morrison. Excellent pressure up front, but also the athleticism there of the young guy from Bishop O'Dowd High School in Oakland, California. Kurt Morrison going to be a star for the Raider defense.
And you put these offenses in second and long, third and long, it gives your defense so many more opportunities to come up with the football.
You know, one of the improvements of the Raider defense this year has been the turnovers. 4 fumble recoveries and 6 interceptions so far.
All right, play action. Brooks. Look at the time for Aaron Brooks. And Lamont Jordan back into the game. Nifty move. And Jordan has the Raiders first down. He picks up 14 on the play. Good to see Lamont Jordan back on the field for the Raiders after twisting that ankle a couple of series ago.
And you talk about the progress that Aaron Brooks is making. He looks downfield's got plenty of time. Can't find anybody open downfield. Finds Lamont Jordan underneath. He's able to pick up a few extra yards with some real good running down there. And there's the reception by Lamont Jordan. He jukes that first guy out, gets helped by Doug Gabriel. And you're right, it's good to see him back on the field after that slight ankle injury in the first part of the game.
Ankle looked pretty good there to me.
Randy Moss to the right, Doug Gabriel to the left. That's Randall Williams, who now moves towards you in motion. Brooks near side, wide open. And the caught made by Williams. He has it at the 40, a pickup of 4 on the play for the Raiders is with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left. They're looking to add on to their 7-0 lead.
You know, excuse me, another good read by Aaron Brooks. He was under severe pressure, knows where his guys are underneath, is able to get it out to Randall Williams, and a nice catch on the sidelines by Williams.
Of course, we've mentioned at the beginning of the telecast about the offensive line with Halsey playing at the center position, and right now the offensive line doing a nice job protecting for Aaron Brooks. And this time Jordan not much doing right there. Also Kelvin Garman, who's starting at left guard. He started 50 games already for the Cleveland Browns. So this is the first look at the Raiders offensive line. It's the first time they've played together.
Yes, it is. And there's a guy that appreciates that offensive line in Sebastian Janikowski when they're called on to protect him. But yes, it's a big offensive line. And one of the reasons this guy is having such a great preseason so far is the fact that these guys up front have done a good job on field goal and PAT protection, along with the run and along with pass protection.
All right, it's 3rd down and 4. Jordan right behind Aaron Brooks, stays in the block, complete, and a first down. And the Raiders will move the chain. So again, Aaron Brooks had time. And Ronald Curry, good to see him on the field, Artie.
Sure is. It's good to see this up front. Here's Halsey and here's Garden right there in new positions, helping double team, helping each other, helping Robert Gallery. That's excellent protection and communication by an left side of an offensive line. These two guys are big. Garman weighs about 350, Halsey about 325.
Aaron Brooks 4 for 7 here in the first quarter for 89 yards. 5 first downs for both these ball clubs. Play action, Jordan. Aaron Brooks again with time. And incomplete. Double coverage on Doug Gabriel back there as Fernando Bryant was on the coverage with 21 seconds left now in the opening quarter.
You know, good play action pass by the Raiders that time. Aaron Brooks is looking down.
Gabriel and Williams come out of the huddle to the left. Randy Moss down at the bottom of your screen. The little delay to Jordan. Turns it upfield inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, and that should do it for the end of the first quarter. So the big play in this opening stanza was Aaron Brooks to Randy Moss. It got the crowd excited And we have played 15 minutes here at McAfee Coliseum. And the Raiders lead it 7-0 here on the Oakland Raiders television network.
Preseason game number 4. About to get ready to start this season off. Got the Detroit Lions in town today. See everybody get through healthy, play well.
This is what it started at, right here. This is what it started at, right up here. The physical.
Sounds of the game, Art Challenger's Raiders up 7-0. Aaron Brooks on a third down looking, and he has Moss. And Randy Moss will be tackled at the 15-yard line. There's the target again. Brooks to Moss. The second catch of the game for Randy Moss.
You know, if anybody's thinking of questioning Aaron Brooks on his performances those first 2 games, I think everything's dispelled. In these last 2, he's played extremely well. He's reading the defense. He's getting the ball to the proper guy. He's making that offense click right now.
And it's great to see, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's what this Raider offense needs. The tight ends last week were great, but they need to get the ball to Moss more, and it is.
Good job by that offensive line again. Second quarter action with the silver and black looking for more. Brooks again with time, now has some space. Flags come flying everywhere as Brooks takes the slide inside the 10-yard line, but this will be a holding call against the Raiders.
10-yard penalty is still first down.
Robert Gallery called for the infraction.
And, you know, Grant, sometimes when the quarterback takes off, all of a sudden the defensive linemen are chasing a different direction, and the offensive linemen, you know, are all of a sudden, instead of in front of them, they're behind the pass rushers, and then once in a while that results in holding, just like it did in that last play.
That's a great point, Jim, because defensive linemen can see the quarterback, where obviously offensive linemen can't. They can just feel him. But remember this, last year and the year before, Kerry Collins rushed for 39 and 36 yards. So this element that this guy brings, you know, it's got some negatives too, but boy, at the pop side is so much greater.
Lamont Jordan in the eye, and we heard from him on Sounds of the Game. We'll be hearing a lot more of that throughout the telecast. Good stuff there, and Brooks with pressure throws it away. And Zach Crockett was in the vicinity, or else it would have been grounding. Cleveland Pinckey, the rookie free agent, was applying pressure.
Number 32.
And Mike Carey saying the same thing, that Zach Crockett was in the neighborhood.
Good call, Grant.
Take a look at Zach. We talked about him before. 12th year out of Florida State. Has scored 35 career touchdowns for the Oakland Raiders. 33 years old. A great cook off the field.
That's right.
And just one of the good guys.
Plunk, I said that because, of course, I know you guys never intentionally ground the ball, right?
As a quarterback, never.
All right. Second down and 20 here in the second quarter. Brooks with time to the end zone for Moss. Touchdown Raiders. Oh, boy. Aaron Brooks to Randy Moss for the second time here in the first half. That was spectacular.
And you talk about threading a needle, you know, and if I were the quarterback, I don't know if I'd try to make that throw, but Aaron Brooks steps back, good protection. He steps up a little bit, gives himself a little bit more time, finds Moss in the very back of the end zone, and what a great adjustment by Randy Moss to come down with the ball in the end zone.
And you know, Jim, as a defensive coach, you can't really scream at your defensive backs for that, because that was almost impossible, Grant, to defend.
Well, and that's why people consider Randy Moss one of the best, if not the best wide receivers in the National Football League, because of plays like that. Randy Moss, 3 catches for 103 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the Raiders lead 14-0 here on the Oakland Raiders television network.
Wanted individuals for
was out of football, coaching for a while, but never away from football. I think this guy is a very bright man. He's a bright football coach. Art Shell, Al Davis had great confidence in him to bring him back as the offensive coordinator. This is the Raider offense of 10, 12 years ago, and this is the man that knows it. Tom Walsh is an outstanding coach.
Hey, Artie.
Plunkett, you know him.
Try it 18 years ago. I mean, it's the same kind of offense we ran way back when.
I've always been bad at math. You know that.
And a good kick by Janikowski, and Drummond will be forced to take a knee. So a good first half, and it's the offensive line that's been given time all evening for Aaron Brooks. 2-0, loves the deep ball. He's connected twice here in the first half to Randy Moss.
That's the biggest play in football alone is the deep pass. And if any chance that you can get, because you grew up doing that, throwing the deep ball to your boy back at home.
Well, and when you have Randy Moss, hey, throw the ball deep whenever you want, right, guys?
Who's that guy into the Gatorade towel? Big game for Randy tonight.
All right, here's Jones, big hole. And Jones has a first down. He's across the 30 to the 32, 33-yard line. Tyler Brayton on the tackle. Plunk, you know, I mean, you played with some of the best in the history of this game when you won your Super Bowls. There's just no substitute. Talk about having a guy like Randy Moss when you have that kind of talent lining up on the outside.
You know, there's nothing like it. You know, you have every opportunity to come up with a big play, 3rd and long, 2nd and short. You know, there's always a possibility they can get behind somebody or run the seam route, get in between players to make the big catch, to turn the game around basically for you.
First down, Jones. And Morrison again met him right up in numbers. Kirk Morrison came up, filled the hole, and a stop on the play. A short gain. What a nice job by Morrison.
Shuffle to the ball. You take a look at him inside. Number 52 right there. Great job of shuffling. Hits the ball carrier square in the hole, just like you want a linebacker to do. It doesn't get any better than that. That is clinic perfect.
Yeah, and then those down linemen allowed Kirk Morrison to be able to slide off and make that play.
All right, Kitten now will go on top. Rush moves away and overthrows. Roy Williams almost picked off by Schweiger, but again, it was the pressure from the Raiders that forced a little bit of a quick release from John Kitna.
You know, once again, you know, it's 3rd and long situation. They have to hold the ball a little bit longer. Well, actually, it was 2nd and long, but it puts the defense in a great position to be able to tee off on those tackles and come after the quarterback. And once again, Warren Sapp, Derek Burgess in the backfield putting pressure on Kitna, making him throw the ball away.
There's the Pro Bowler, Derek Burgess. Lions 3 for 4 on 3rd downs. This is 3rd and 7 with 12 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the first half. Kitna again forced out of the pocket and knocked down. And Kirk Morrison is having himself one heck of a first half, and it's going to bring up a 4th down for the Detroit Lions.
Boy, is he having a big game. You got that right, Grant. One more time. It's great pressure up front. You see Burgess come underneath, forces the pass. Warren Moon even in a little coverage there. But Kirk Morrison gets his hands up. This guy is extremely athletic.
There's Doug Gabriel standing at his 22. Nick Harris will punt it away for the Lions. And Gabriel waits for it at the 27. Fumbles. And let's see who has it. And Gabriel got it back, fortunately, at the 25. All right, let's get down on the field and check in with George Atkinson.
Guys, I have with me Jay Grove. Jay got injured in practice last week. You're having a great preseason. Talk about your injury a little bit.
Well, luckily it's not as serious as they thought it was at first, so I won't be out too long, a couple of weeks, and we'll go from there.
You know, this offensive line, I mean, it keeps getting better and better each weekend, and the depth is just unbelievable. Talk a little bit about the offensive line and what does Coach Shell mean to the offensive line?
Well, we got 3 great offensive line coaches. They've all played the game, and these guys are really teaching us a lot this year, technique and just how to play the game. So, we're coming along. We got a lot of good players out there, and every day we're fighting for our position. So it's really good.
I can feel the energy is coming from you. You'd like to be out there, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. I hate sitting here on the sideline, but I'm gonna wait my time, and come regular season, we'll be ready to go.
Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it. Good luck to you the rest of the season. Back to you guys.
All right, and again, you just saw the offensive line doing a tremendous job allowing Aaron Brooks to stay in the pocket, wait, and he finds Courtney Anderson.
And there's Aaron Brooks once again doing a real fine job. As you mentioned, Grant, the offensive line just doing a great job. A little pressure from behind. Didn't feel it, but he found Courtney Anderson along the sidelines on a deep kind of short corner route. Makes a nice throw and catch. He turns it up for more yardage. Courtney Anderson is really becoming a better wide receiver this season than he has been in the last 2.
Yeah, in terms of receptions, you take a look at Aaron Brooks, 7 out of 12 already, 159 yards. Pretty good night.
All right, Jordan. And he got by 1 as coming up to make the stop was Lennon, but he missed the tackle. Jordan was able to move forward after 3 more yards, and it was Boss Bailey, the 4th-year player out of Georgia, to make the tackle.
The Raiders want to continue to run the football tonight, but continue to run it well. They had 156 yards on the ground last week. I think Tom Walsh and Art Shell and Jackie Slater, the offensive line coach, would be happy to get 200 tonight. The running game is critical to the success of this offensive football team this year. Take a look at Art Shell. Excuse me, Grant.
Yeah, he's got to be happy with what he sees. No question about it. Jerry Porter is in. He lines up wide to the right. This time Brooks. Look at the mobility. See you later. Aaron Brooks, lots of time, and now will tuck it and go out of bounds. But he'll have no problem outrunning the defensive line. Paris Lennon forced him out.
Yeah, once again, it shows his mobility on the football field. He gets away from the defender right there. It's just a great turnaround by him. And when he gives himself that kind of time, that time he couldn't find anybody down the field. But, more often than not, he's probably going to find somebody running wide open because defenders just can't stay with receivers that long.
All right, so let's see what happens on a 3rd down here and 9 for the Raiders with 10.5 left second quarter. It's 14-0. Again, Porter is into the game with Doug Gabriel. Porter to the right, Gabriel to the left. Play clock winding down. And Brooks steps, throws, and he has Porter, and a first down for the Raiders.
A stat they don't keep in the NFL is when a quarterback escapes pressure, steps up, and delivers the ball. Jerry Porter back in the game, but it is set up by this man's elusiveness and ability to move around in the pocket. Porter does a good job catching the ball, keeping his feet inbounds on the sideline.
First catch of the preseason for Jerry Porter with 5 minutes gone by now in the quarter. And a new set of downs for Aaron Brooks, who has looked very sharp here tonight for the silver and black. 8 of 12 for 170 yards here in the first half for Brooks. Brooks, Gabriel, first down, and he's to the 13-yard line. And Aaron Brooks is just picking apart this Detroit Lions defense.
But tell me, does Aaron Brooks look confident tonight or what? He drops back, finds a guy open, gets him the ball. If he gets into trouble, he runs out of trouble and finds a receiver down the field. He just seems like he's experiencing a real high level of play tonight. There's Gabriel on the hook. Nice catch.
And let's talk about it, Plunk. I mean, it's his 4th preseason game. He's learning the players. They're learning him. He's learning the offense. I mean, that's what you have preseason for.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, one of the things that maybe slowed him down was, learning an offense, being in a high-pressure situation, coming in new to the Raiders, and now he seems to be more comfortable.
All right, Jerry Porter in motion, I formation. Lamont Jordan turns the corner. Daylight. He may go. And touchdown Raiders. Lamont Jordan from 14 yards out. And it's 20-0. Raiders to the delight of the crowd here at McAfee Coliseum.
Nice mixture of plays that time by offensive coordinator Tom Walsh. Throw it, throw it, throw it, hand the ball off. Watch the ball bounce outside by Lamont Jordan, and he just outruns the defenders. Zach Crockett threw a key block inside. But once again, Lamont Jordan's lost about 15 pounds. He's a little more lighter on his feet, and he's running with an angry attitude this year.
And no effects at all from what was a slight ankle sprain earlier in this first half. 21-0. Another look at Lamont Jordan. It is all Raiders here on this Friday night as they look to go to 4-0 on the preseason. Raiders here in the second quarter. Hey, Raider fans, California Speedway brings you a chance to win 4 tickets and 4 field passes to a Raiders game this season by text messaging your choice to the following question. Text the number 88222 on your cell phone and you could be a winner. And just by text messaging, you'll be able to take 15% off your next purchase at any of the Raider Image stores. For terms and conditions, just go to Raiders.com. Close going on at the moment with the text messaging.
Sebastian Janikowski's lost about 20 pounds, in great shape. Not only his stomach, but his leg this preseason.
A lot of people losing weight, Artie. We just talked about Lamont Jordan. Seabass. Oh, what a hit. And guess who that is? I'll give you one hint. He wears number 40. Every game, we see Cooper get down there in a hurry.
Gerard Cooper, one of the best special teams players in all the NFL.
21-0, Raiders.
Again, this is another step in the right direction for us. Send them back to Detroit. This is home. And nobody can come in here and handle us.
Hey, they're not coming in our house doing nothing. Yes, sir. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go is right. Randy Moss with 2 touchdown receptions. And he has led the way. And the Raiders defense getting the job done. Derek Gibson with a big hit right there. And it's going to be a second down. Some pushing and shoving. Second down and 10 for the Lions.
A good read by Derek Gibson right in the backfield to take that screen away from John Kitna. Got through the blocks up front, made the tackle, or knocked the ball loose anyway.
One thing about Derek Gibson, he's a great open field tackler. He's a very good player around the line of scrimmage. When he has to come forward, he's like a linebacker in there. Started at strong safety this evening for Michael Huff.
John Kitna still the Lions quarterback, with Kevin Jones, the running back. John Kitna, the 11th year player from Central Washington, last 5 years with the Cincinnati Bengals. Last year backed up Carson Palmer. And Williams, and good coverage there by Fabian Washington. He was all over the Texas product. And Fabian Washington having himself a heck of a preseason.
Yeah, he's from the University of Nebraska. Raiders took him in the first round a year ago. He's got blazing speed, under 4.3. This year he's playing with much more aggression, much more confidence, and much more awareness of what's going on. It's not easy to play cornerback in the National Football League. Art Shell knows that. Fabian Washington knows that.
Kitna is misconnected on his last 6, bringing up a 3rd and 10. 3-man rush. And Kitna will look for the first down, and he is across the 25 to 27. He took a big pop by Cooper, but there is a penalty marker down. Cooper teed up Kitna, and Kitna getting up a little bit slow.
That might be piling on against Riola.
Personal foul, major face mask. Defense number 52. From the end of the run, 15 yards, automatic. First down.
Now they got Kirk Morrison on the penalty. And they'll move the chains. It will be a first down, as you heard, for Mike Carey.
Here's the face mask, but watch number 51 come out of nowhere and pile on. I thought that might have been on him. Look at his right knee go to Cooper's head.
Yeah, I wonder if John Kitna saw Trent Dilfer last week taking on the linebackers.
But don't you got to go down there if you're a veteran guy?
Oh, yeah, you want to play, live to play another game.
Absolutely.
Second penalty for the Raiders. They lead at 21-0. 8:15 left here in the first half. 4-man rush. And they get to Kitna. Turnell Sands, the 4th-year player from Tennessee, Chattanooga, drops him for a big loss.
Turnell Sands, 6'7", 335 pounds. Watch him inside right here. He's going to overpower his man and go right to the quarterback. When this guy gets going forward, there's no stopping him.
Wow. Just brute strength right there. That's the second Raiders sack. A loss of 21 yards in the sacks. And once again, the Lions looking at a second and long at 2nd and 21. Roy Williams comes to the bottom of your screen. And now John Kitna will take the timeout. 7 minutes and 33 seconds left here in the second quarter. And it's all Raiders. They lead it 21-0.
Including the Raiderettes.
Second down and 21. Raiders dominating this first half. Kitna. And now throws to the safety valve, Jones. Jones will try to outrun the defense. And he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Jones from John Kitna.
Make it 3rd down and 9 for the Lions.
One of the knocks on John Kitna, they say he's 6'2". He doesn't look 6'2" to me. I think he's got a tough time looking downfield, especially when guys like Turnell Sands are rushing him inside, which is why he has a tendency to dump the ball off.
3rd down and 9. Ball at the 43-yard line. Arlen Harris into the game. He goes to the left, 4 receivers, 4 Brooks, empty formation. And he fumbled. And the Lions recover it. Furry gets on it. Mike Furry picks up the football, but again, the pressure from the Raiders. Knocked the ball away from John Kitna, and the Lions looking at a 4th down.
The Raiders were in nickel defense that time, and Lance Johnstone right there plays the right defensive end in nickel. He strips the ball. But once again, it was number 90, Turdell Sands, right here, forcing it up the field, and it's just a tremendous play by Lance Johnstone, the 11th-year man out of Temple, coming back and getting the ball.
And Chris Carr, this will take a Lions bounce and be downed at the 6-yard line. Second quarter action. Raiders playing outstanding football, leading at 21-0 with 6:16 left. Well, the last 4 possessions for the Raiders, 3 touchdowns. You see a 3-play drive, 64 yards, taking only a minute to make it 7-0. That, of course, was Brooks to Randy Moss. Second, 7 plays, 19 yards. They had to punt it. Then again, it's Aaron Brooks to Randy Moss, a 9-play, 59-yard drive. And then 6 plays, 75 yards to touchdown. So the Raiders offense clicking here in the first half.
Yeah, it certainly is. The goal is to start off on September 11th against San Diego Chargers, running on all cylinders. And hopefully, this is a long way in getting them there. But they still have a long ways to go.
John Paul Foshee is lining up behind Aaron Brooks. Justin Fargas works out of the eye. Fargas. And Fargas a loss on the play of about a yard. Ernie Sims, the rookie, he was the first-round pick for the Lions. He's out of Florida State, in on the stop. So we're now looking at a 2nd down and 10. They said they needed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Fargas gives the Raiders a real 1-2 punch with him and Lamont Jordan. He's the speed guy, Lamont's the power guy.
Double tight ends. Porter, the lone receiver, at the top of the screen. Play action. Brooks looking. And double coverage on Williams, incomplete. But again, the offensive line, Plunk, just doing a marvelous job giving Aaron Brooks just plenty of time to look down the field and find the receivers.
Yeah, you're backed up in your own end zone. You have double tight ends for a little extra protection. You send Randy Williams on a deep corner route. I think he just lost it either in the lights or whatever, because he did turn around and he stopped running after the ball. But once again, as Artie reiterated, great protection up front. They're doing a heck of a job keeping those defenders off of Aaron Brooks.
All right, 3rd down. Let's see what the Lions do here defensively. Now Fargas, the lone running back, and the delay to Fargas. And Fargas gets a little bit of breathing room for Leckler as he gets to the 15-yard line. Kalimba Edwards makes the tackle for Detroit.
Lions sat there in a 4-3 with a cover 2 behind it. Again, a generic play by the Raiders, a generic defense. You take a look at Justin Fargas so far in 3 games, 21 carries for 54 yards.
And you see back deep for the Detroit Lions is Drummond. Leckler. High kick. Drummond runs under it. And Cooper says hello. Boy, I'll tell you, Jared Cooper just been on about every special teams tackle tonight.
Hey, I want to tell you, Grant, if you look at that play again, if it comes up, Jared Cooper is eyeing the ball, eyeing the receiver down the field, and he's timing his hit so he can hit the defender or the receiver just as he's getting to the ball. He even slows down, speeds up, and there he's ready to pounce on the receiver there.
Well, there's no way one guy on the outside, a gunner. He is a perfect special teams player in the NFL. He's a tough guy. He's a fast guy. He's got the right mindset.
Total domination, 233 yards to 119, and of course it reflects on the scoreboard. 21-0 Kevin Jones, and he runs into a host of silver and black jerseys. Nothing doing. Getting tackled at the line of scrimmage, and Morrison is on the bottom of that pile again. Let's get to the sideline. George Atkinson. George?
Guys, I'm with the sack master. He told me not to call him that, but I'm going to call him that anyway, Derek Burgess. You got you a sack tonight. The defense, it seems to be, man, just like they're all over the place. There's a lot of speed on this defense.
Yeah, guys came out fresh and ready to roll because, Coach preached about putting it on them and putting them on them fast, and that's pretty much what we're doing right now as a whole, though, offense and defense.
When you look at this team, how far away would you say that you're from actually being to that point where you want to be?
There's no
the point where we want to be is the Super Bowl. So I really can't judge that right now. We're going to take it one game at a time, one practice at a time.
You know, you got a lot of young players on this team. How difficult was it to bring this whole thing together, to make that whole unit mesh?
Right. Well, it ain't all the way meshed yet. You know, we still got a little work to do, but like I like the progress we're making right now. So we're just gonna keep pushing. Our young guys are open. They listen to their vets, which always help. And we're trying to mesh together and get it right.
Man, thank you. Good luck for the season. Back to you guys.
All right, Derek Burgess with a sack when he was in there, and a first down carried by the Lions. Kirk Morrison on the tackle, but Kevin Jones got enough to move the chains.
Hey, Artie, on this defense of Rob Ryan, do you think they're just finally getting it, or he's got the players in place now to really execute it?
That's a good question. I think it's a combination of things, Jim. I think that, he's in his third year now as a defensive coordinator, obviously the son of Buddy Ryan. Players understand what he wants, but he's also been given some really good young players. The Kurt Morrisons, the Thomas Howards, and the Michael Huffs.
Little shuffle pass to Jones. And Jones, good yardage. He's to the 35-yard line. A Lions first down. There is a penalty marker down at the 45-yard line. Rasheed Moore makes the tackle, but again, there's a marker down at the 45-yard line. We're down to 2:47 or 2:45 now left in this first half. Here's Mike Carey.
Personal foul, major face mask on the offense, number 73. From the spot of the foul, 15 yards, still first down.
Well, they got Ross Verber, who came over from the Cleveland Browns as the offensive lineman.
Going back to Rob Ryan, and I think one of the things, it's not easy in this league to become a coordinator for the first time. And he went through some growing pains his first year after coming from the New England Patriots. But one thing about Rob Ryan, players like him, he and his defensive staff, Chuck Pagano, Keith Millard, Don Martindale, they work extremely hard, and that it shows on the field.
All right, first down and 19. The Lions have had a lot of long situations. Getting buying some time. Roy Williams incomplete. Good coverage on the play by Stanford Routt, the second-year player from Houston. That's part of this young secondary that we really need to talk about more. I mean, we saw Michael Huff last year. You look at the coverage here by Routt, but you got Fabian Washington, you got Stuart Schweigert in his third year. A good young secondary with a lot of depth.
A lot of depth, a lot of speed, a lot of very aggressive. Stanford Routt just showed on Roy Williams there. And they run stride for stride with the guy. I mean, they're not giving him any room whatsoever, no matter how good Roy Williams is.
I'll tell you, to show you how young the secondary is, Asamoah, who's in his fourth year, is the veteran of the group.
And the youngest guy's not playing tonight.
Yep. Talking about Michael Huff. Bradford shakes the tackle. He's across midfield. And that should get us down to the 2-minute warning. Nnamdi Asamoah, the man I was just talking about, on the tackle. And with 2 minutes left here in the first half, we'll take the break. It's 21-0 Raiders here on the Oakland Raiders Television Network.
You Raider fan ought to get out there and buy some season tickets and come and watch these guys play.
Brian Calhoun in a running back, Kitna. And underneath, caught. And it's Mike Fury. And Fury's very close to the first down. I think he has it, depending on where they spot the football. Cooper on the tackle.
Grant, let me add something to the season tickets there. They start at $26 per seat. That's $260 for a season ticket. That's $1,000 or approximately $1,000 for a family of 4 for season tickets. That's just outstanding prices and an outstanding value.
And complete. And again, Cooper, boy, what a game Cooper's having. We talk about him, guys, on special teams, but, man, he's just been all over the football tonight.
Yeah, he's a good guy to fill in on nickel when they bring in 6 defensive backs. He covers a lot of big tight ends coming out of the off the line of scrimmage.
Plays in all the nickel packages.
He does.
I met him when he was a senior at Kansas State, and I said, who is this guy?
There is a penalty marker down back at the 40-yard line, which is right near the line of scrimmage. Referee Mike Carey.
Illegal substitution on the defense, 12 men on the last play. 5-yard penalty, it's still seconds.
That's not legal yet?
No, I told you Rob Ryan was a creative guy.
Yeah, you did.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's great if you can get away with it.
It happens sometimes, Coach.
Especially in preseason.
Hey, especially in preseason. It's preseason for the officials also.
Absolutely. One thing the officials are showing, though, in preseason, they can count. First down and 5 with 90 seconds left here in the half. Glenn Martinez is at the top of the screen for the first time. And that's Bradford in motion. Kitna steps up and will look to run. Oh, big hit. And a fumble at the 30-yard line. Raiders have it. Tyler Brayton causes the fumble, and now we'll see the Raiders' 2-minute offense with 1:25 left in the half.
Kitna's out of his mind in a preseason game to take the risk that he's taken. Now watch Tyler Brayton, number 91, right there, jar the ball loose. That's excellent hustle by 91, and again our guy Cooper, number 40. Here's another angle at it. You talk about getting sandwiched. 91 is Tyler Brayton. 36 is Derek Gibson getting the football. That's Raider defensive hustle. You take a look at Jared Cooper. He's fired up, and he's mad he didn't get the football.
But you talk about defensive team speed. Boy, that really shows it right there. Tyler Brayton comes from behind, catching Kitna, and really laying it to him.
And the Raiders actually are going to run the clock down with 1:25. They're up 21-0. And they won't work on the 2-minute offense. They'll take the 21-0 lead into the halftime. Art Shell very happy with the way his team's played, particularly last week here against San Francisco, and they followed up tonight really with a flawless first half.
You know, I think, you know, one of the reasons why they're sitting the ball, I think right now we're getting closer to the start of the season. They want to keep their guys as healthy and fresh as possible.
Take a chance, right?
And yeah, they want to get people hurt, obviously, you know, but they're going to come out the second half and hopefully play the same kind of football the second half as they did the first.
One thing this guy is going to do, Art Shell, he's going to find something wrong with the first half
absolutely.
to continue to strive for perfection. That has been the trademark of this coaching staff so far this preseason. They are demanding. They get it out of their players. They're doing a wonderful job at teaching. But again, this guy is steering the ship towards perfection.
Pluck, I think you made a great point. Obviously, if this were the regular season, you wouldn't see this. But, I mean, Art Shell probably is thinking what you are. Hey, I want to get in there with my regulars without getting any more injuries and play some different guys in the second half.
Right, especially during the preseason. You know, it might be a little bit different during the regular season, depending on what the score is.
Sure.
Then they would go to work on it. But right now, health is the key factor.
And that will do it. The Raiders with an outstanding first half, to the delight of the crowd here at McAfee Coliseum. Yes, indeed, they have reasons to be excited here in Oakland, the 2006 edition. Art Shell and the Raiders leading 21-0 here on the Oakland Raiders Television Network.
Territory, so they had opportunities but could not cash in, and the Raiders did. Tim Duncan will kick it off. Duncan trying to do what Matt Prater did last week, impress some people with his resume, because there's no way he'll unseat Sebastian Janikowski here in Oakland. And back deep for the Lions, you saw number 15, DeVale Ellis.
Deep for the Lions, number 15, DeVale Ellis.
There's the kick by Duncan. Ellis from the 4 with a burst over the 30-yard line. Nice run back by the youngster. So DeVale Ellis out of Hofstra University gets the Lions pretty good field position for the opening possession of the third quarter, and John Kitna will continue at quarterback. He struggled a bit in the first half. Was under some heavy pressure at times too, though, Kelvin. Scrambled 3 times for 19 yards on the ground, completed 9 out of 19 passes, and turned it over twice, once on a fumble, once on an interception. Kevin Jones. Not much room to get maybe a yard. Fighting for every inch of it as Gerard Cooper came out to string that play toward the sideline.
Nice line play by the Oakland Raiders defensive front. They're stringing the ball out, not giving Kevin Jones a hole to choose from. He pushes him all the way to the sideline when they gang tackle him.
The Raiders have made some changes defensively. Looks like they've got some second line players in there. And Kevin Jones, running hard, breaking tackles, is finally hauled down by Bobby Hamilton, who's among the best run defenders in the league at defensive end.
Jones running hard, running with authority, but there's just so much penetration that he can't hit the hole. There are just too many defenders in his way.
He broke 3-4 tackles on that play. Before Hamilton, that man, brought him down at 285 pounds. 3rd down and 7 for the Lions. And all of that for a 2-yard gain. Getting to throw. Over the middle, and that's caught for a 1st down up near the 45-yard line. It was Corey Bradford again, who has been Kitna's favorite receiver tonight with 4 catches.
Great line protection by the offense this time. They give Kitna the opportunity to find his main target, which is Bradford. He sits down in the zone and gets the 1st down.
You know, I wonder, Kelvin, whether Barry Stokes re-injured himself in that 1st half. He started, and then Kelly Butler took over early at right tackle. Jones again off the right side for 2 up to the 45.
Apparently something happened in that incident, because now the Lions have Kelly Butler playing tackle, and they were scheduled to play.
Well, they wanted to see Stokes at both, at tackle and at guard. He started at tackle tonight. Stokes, a veteran, has been with Minnesota and Green Bay and Oakland and Cleveland and the Giants and Atlanta out of Eastern Michigan University.
He's a journeyman.
Yeah. Tough football player. Getting a quick throw, left side, complete up near midfield. Nothing much more for Corey Bradford as Dwayne Starks, the 9-year man out of Miami of Florida, hit him and brought him down. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Bradford with the reception.
Well, the Raiders seem to be cutting off the deep stuff right now.
Hey, they're giving the Lions the underneath route. Simple pitch and catch between Kitna and Bradford.
5 receivers split wide. Nobody in the backfield with Kitna. On 3rd down, the Raiders showing blitz. Here they come. Quick throw incomplete over the middle, intended for Marcus Howard. And Chris Carr, the 2nd-year man out of Boise State, got there. And he looks like he hurt a hand.
Quick slant by Marcus Pollard. Here, Kitna has his choice of receivers. He chooses the tight end, and the ball is incomplete.
Carr has to fix that hand up in a hurry. He's back there to receive the punt from Nick Harris, standing on the 10-yard line. Good snap by Don Muehlbach and a good kick. Carr calling fair catch and receives the ball back around the 7-yard line. So the Raiders start in a hole, but they're on top 21-0 here in Oakland. We're in the 3rd quarter.
Can I help you enjoy that Snickers? Happy peanuts soar over chocolate-covered mountaintops and waterfalls of caramel. Prancing nougat in the meadow sings a song of satisfaction to the world. The world. That's right.
Round. TJ Hoshimazode. Yes. Lock it up.
Who?
What? TJ, how's vanilla? All right. TJ, who's your mama?
NFL.com Fantasy Rule 17. Know how to pronounce your draft picks.
You mean TJ Houshmandzadeh from the Bengals?
Put him on the board. Hoshimazole. Got it. Championship.
Oh, yeah! Fantasy Rule 1. Play at NFL.com.
Wanted qualified individuals to watch NFL preseason. Must love football. Play well with others. And be willing to grow horns. Interviews all this month.
See 52 NFL preseason games only on NFL Network. Football 24/7.
Interest in fantasy football a plus. Body and face paint optional.
New quarterback for the Raiders. It's Marcus Tuiasosopo. who made his first career start in the NFL against the Lions at Ford Field in '03 and didn't fare so well. Sixth-year man out of the University of Washington. His dad was a pretty good defensive lineman for Seattle and San Francisco after a terrific college career at UCLA. Here's Fargas off the left side, spinning through the hole, breaks one tackle and gets up over the 10 to the 12 for a gain of about 5. Like Boss Bailey spun him around first. Well, the Lions still have basically their starting lineup out there defensively. Here's Ernie Sims.
Welcome to the NFL, Ernie.
Gain of
He'll
5.
take shots like that once in a while. Courtney Anderson.
2nd and 5 from the 12.
Hand-caked him.
It happens to the best of us.
Second and 5 for the Raiders. 2 tight ends. And a toss sweep to Fargas. And he's up over the 15-yard line. Marcus Bell got out there along with Danny Bullets after Sims got an arm on him. Here's another look at Ernie.
Sometimes when you're playing middle linebacker, speed can be a detriment. Here, Ernie overruns the play. He has a clear shot on the ball carrier, but only sticks out his arm.
Gain of 4.
He must use his speed to the best of his ability.
From the 16.
Deanna Orlovsky looks like he's going to enter the ball game the next time the Lions get the football. It could be after this play if they can stop 3rd and short. Fargas will move the chains. He's up to the 20-yard line. Good hard run off the right side.
Right tackle for a Raider first down.
Langston Walker, the right tackle, clearing the way up there.
The defensive front, they're lacking Sean Rogers. They don't have their dominant player. He won't play next week. He'll start the season. He had his tonsils removed and some minor injuries, but they definitely miss this guy. In my opinion, he's probably 1 or 2 of the best defensive tackles in the league.
Well, especially now that he's slimmed down, he's really going to be a load up there, isn't he?
Absolutely. Weighing 330 pounds.
Yeah, a lot quicker, and that's what's going to make him better yet. Good hit right there by Boss Bailey on Fargas at the 21. Gave him a couple on the play.
It's going to take some time for Boss Bailey to get accustomed to playing that middle backer position. But he comes up and makes a tackle.
Good stick right there.
Put his face in there. I think it's a move that he welcomed. He wanted to get off the corner. There's more opportunity in the middle field to make plays, and that's where he wants to be.
Well, Boss missed all of '04 with that knee injury. 5 games he missed last year with an ankle injury. Tuiasa Sopo going deep, near side, and he overthrows his tight end, Randall Williams. The Raiders have tried that play a couple of times with Aaron Brooks in the first half twice, and now with Tuiasa Sopo. And it brings up 3rd down and 8 to go.
They've tried that play 3 times, and here you see number 27, Bullets, get over the top in cover 2. Dre Bly realizes he has help, and there's Bullets to assist him on the overthrow.
3rd and 8 from the 21.
And Tampa 2 defense that Marinelli brings.
Now 2 just means the 2 safeties are deep.
No, that means that the corner has help over the top.
On each side.
Right, on each side.
Tuiasa Sopo in trouble, and down he goes inside the 15-yard line. Sean Cody gets his 2nd sack of the night.
Spoke to Marinelli yesterday, and he emphasized the play of Sean Cody, that he must be a dominant player this year because Sean Rogers is going to get double teamed. There's no question about that. But that's going to create opportunity for Sean Cody to get one-on-one blocks and to get sacks on the quarterback. He's an integral part of this new Detroit Lions defense.
Glenn Pakalak in to punt it away for the Raiders. A low wobbly kick. And Ellis will grab it on a hop at the 43 and be shoved back. The Raiders down quickly to grab him, but the Lions wind up with good field position. They're out near the 45-yard line as we take a break. The Raiders on top 21-0.
Live primetime games kick off this Thanksgiving, featuring key divisional matchups. Touchdown! Broncos, Chiefs. Vikings, Packers. Brett Favre. Touchdown! Giants, Redskins. Touchdown, Redskins! Thursdays and Saturdays under the lights. Live NFL games on NFL Network. Football 24/7.
Where you at? Where you at, 85? Ocho Cinco. Been all around this great big world to see you do what they say you do. Where you at? I can't see you. Where you at, 85?
It's an NFL world, and we're living in it.
Dear NFL, thank you for bringing Michael Strahan to my house and school. My class was really excited when he came. I felt like the luckiest kinds of kid in the school. His hand was like that big. I had lots of fun. My favorite part was everything. Thank you, Christopher Comrie.
Kids across the country will take an NFL player to school. You could be one of them. It's the NFL Take a Player to School sweepstakes. Enter online at NFLrush.com.
NFL Network goes prime time. Join me on NFL Game Day. He is blasting the best highlights from Sunday. He got it! Touchdown! NFL Game Day coming this fall only on NFL Network.
Kenny Chesney is coming to Ford Field tomorrow. Don't miss the biggest concert of the year as Kenny brings his all-star lineup. Gretchen Wilson, Carrie Underwood, Dierks Bentley, and a special appearance by one of the biggest names in Detroit music. Great lower-level seats were just released, and you can get your tickets right now by going to Ticketmaster.com. Dan Orlovsky taking over at quarterback, and he can't hook up with Sean Bryson, who's seeing his first action of the preseason. He's been out with injury. There you see Orlovsky, who had a rough game against Cleveland last week. Only 3 out of 11. Played very well in the preseason opener against Denver, completing 6 out of 8 in that ball game.
2nd and 10.
It appears that the number 2 quarterback position is still up for grabs between McCown and Orlovsky.
That's what Rod Marinelli was saying last night. He said we had one who was good one week, one backup quarterback, and one who was good the other. Well, caught out there by Bodyford, who pays quite a price. Hit first by Stanford Rout, and you saw the flag fly. And that may have been one of those illegal formation calls, I'm not sure.
Illegal formation, offense, only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Penalty is declined, 3rd down.
You see, earlier they had like 9 men on the line of scrimmage, and they picked up the flag. It looked funny, but it was okay.
But you need 7. It was the wideout's fault.
Gotta have
the guy was sitting there right there looking at him. As soon as the ball was snapped, the flag flew.
The play went for almost no yardage, so it's 3rd down and 8. Now Bodyford lines up on the wrong side. Was racing across the field. And Orlovsky throws it short. It bounced up to his intended receiver, Mike Furry. 4th down coming up, and the Lions will have to punt.
It appears that Orlovsky needs some more warming up on the sideline. He's coming in throwing short hops.
So the Lions have to punt it away once more. And you got Chris Carr going deep for the Raiders. Well, last year, Carr was a tremendous kickoff return man as a rookie. Averaged 24 yards a run back. Only 5.5 yards per return on punts. He waits for this kick back on the 10-yard line. Breaks left, now with a burst up the field. Goes to the sideline with room to the 30. Cuts back in, and he's out to the 39-yard line before Anthony Cannon, number 99, made the tackle. Well, that's the form that Carr used to have in college. The Raiders with a lead and good field position.
If you love living in the country, but hate what your country driveway does to your vehicle, you owe it to yourself to get the full story on the amazing DR Power Grader. The DR Power Grader easily attaches to your riding mower, utility tractor, or ATV to professionally resurface any gravel, stone, or dirt driveway. You have precise control of how deeply the carbide steel teeth scarify the surface. Lucent material fills in potholes and washouts, giving you a smooth driveway with almost no work. So why sacrifice your vehicle or spend hours repairing your driveway? Call right now and I'll send you this free DR Power Grader catalog and DVD.
Call today, 1-800-843-3800. Learn how you can test the new DR Power Grader for 6 months risk-free. Factory direct savings are now in effect, so call 1-800-843-3800. Online at drpowergrader.com.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
Now DirecTV's got some super fan rigmarole that takes you to any game when a team gets in the red zone and is about to score. Well, yippee. Maybe it'll hold your hand and take you for ice cream, too.
The biggest plays as they happen. The Red Zone channel from Superfan, only on DirecTV.
So this DirecTV superfan tchotchke lets you watch an entire game in 30 minutes? There's no shortcuts in football, Buttercup. Football is hard work. And groin pulls.
Every play in 30 minutes. Shortcuts from Superfan, only on DirecTV.
This Thanksgiving, Broncos Chiefs, only on NFL Network.
Wanted individuals for NFL preseason must be willing to work weekends.
See NFL preseason games only on NFL Network. Football 24/7.
College experience helpful. Compensation commensurate with experience and skill level.
The new CW50 is taking off with a hot new lineup. Wednesday's sizzle with the new season of America's Next Top Model, followed by One Tree Hill. Get ready. CW launches September 18th. Well, when Chris Carr was in college, he was quite a return man on punts. We'll show you that last one that set up this Raiders opportunity in a moment. The draw play, Fargas, a lot of room up to midfield, spins into Lions territory. Got about 14 yards on first down. All right, here's Chris Carr on this punt return. He went to Boise State, Kelvin, and on that blue artificial turf there, he set an NCAA record. He averaged 19.8 yards on punt returns for his career.
Here he breaks 4, 5, even 6 tackles and demonstrates that he has absolutely positively quick feet.
He's a backup defensive back. Undrafted free agent. Very little running room this time as the Raiders hand the ball off to John Paul Foshee, the second-year man out of Georgia Tech, who's in there at fullback.
Nice play by Swan Cut. He reads the dive and realizes that the fullback has the ball and crashes. But you can best believe that they're going to come with that option pitch next when he keeps dashing in there on the running back.
Now, you admired some of the names. The Raiders have the all-time name team going this year, don't they?
Well, there's some different names on there, and my favorite is the Jean-Paul Foshee.
The ball is tipped and almost intercepted in and out of the hands of Dante Curry. Now, Tuiasa Sopo, the quarterback, that's an easy one. You go over there on defense. As you get one more look at this chip and near pick off the hands of the tight end Randall Williams, and Dante Curry just couldn't get it. We're on defense. You have Nnamdi Asomugha.
And for the Lions, you have Don Newbach.
It was fun to play with the names around the NFL when the rosters are set. The radio announcers who work all season long have got to know them off the top of their heads, off the fingertips of Randall Williams. And Tuiasa Sopo looks like he's mad at himself because he had that receiver open.
Well, the receiver was wide open. Throw was just a little bit wide, and he didn't give him the ball. But that was a great rush by Alex Lewis on that applied some pressure.
So the Lions brought the blitz. The Raiders are forced to punt from the Detroit 47. And this is Glenn Pakalak, who is spelling Shane Leckler, the Raiders' regular punter. A high snap, and Pakalak with a high punt toward the near side. Racing up, Ellis calls for a fair catch and grabs the ball at the 18-yard line. So a punt of only about 29 yards. It's Lions football when we come back with Dan Orlovsky trying to get some offense going for the Honolulu Blue and Silver.
Primetime games kick off this Thanksgiving, featuring key divisional matchups. Touchdown! Broncos Chiefs. Vikings, Packers. Giants, Redskins. Thursdays and Saturdays under the lights. Live NFL games on NFL Network. Football 24/7.
You can call me Coach Janky Spanky. Or you can call me Inspector Tutu. Southeast Jerome, the mad scientist. Why, you can even call me Kid Bro Sweets if the mood so strikes you. Just promise me this one little thing. When the game's on the line and someone gotta step up, call my number.
Dear NFL, I would like to thank you for picking me as a winner of Take a Player to School sweepstakes. Words cannot express how I felt when I found out Donovan McNabb was going to take me to school. I thought I was the luckiest kid in the world. This contest is so awesome because it makes kids' dreams come true. Sincerely, Andrew Butler.
Kids across the country will take an NFL player to school. You could be one of them. It's the NFL Take a Player to School sweepstakes. Enter online at NFLrush.com.
To the greatest show in sport.
The biggest football game in the history of Western civilization. What a ride it's been.
NFL Films presents for the first time ever the unpredictable and unforgettable sights and sounds of the first 40 Super Bowls. Available in one collection, the Super Bowl 1 to 40. Buy it today only at FYE and Suncoast stores.
Well, the Raiders fans have had everything to cheer about tonight. Randy Moss, a couple of touchdown grabs in the first half. Lamont Jordan, a TD run. The Raiders caused a couple of turnovers, got a key sack, and they continue to lead 21-0. Dan Orlovsky trying to get something going. Big rush against a screen. The ball is tossed complete out on the right side to the rookie Brian Calhoun, and he picks up about 7 yards on the play. Calhoun, who was a fine receiver in college at Wisconsin, where he caught 53 passes last season, in addition to running for 1,600 yards.
Calhoun has had an impressive preseason, but this is game time. He just took a vicious hit. Welcome to the NFL.
Well, the other guys are trying to impress their coaches, too. Blitz coming. Calhoun on the draw, trying to pick his way. And it's a first down for the Lions up to the 30-yard line.
Calhoun is off to a great start in this game.
Well, he kind of got lost in there. He's not all that big. Calhoun goes 5'10" and 208, and he got into the pile, Kelvin, and just sort of disappeared. And the next thing you know, he had 5 yards on the play.
But he got the first down. That's what you want from a small scat back, to get lost in the shuffle and to gain yards where it appears that there are none.
Here he comes again, following Bryson up in the hole, and this time he doesn't come out the other end. He goes down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss on the play.
Well, on this particular effort, that's just great pursuit by the Raiders defensive line. There really wasn't much to choose from.
Now watch the play before, where he got the 5 yards behind Bryson.
Well, Bryson is leading them up in there to take on the linebacker head on. And there you see Calhoun makes the other linebacker miss, which gains 5 yards. Great effort by the individual.
Second down. We'll call it 11 to go from the 29 for the Lions. Play action fake. Orlovsky throwing. Eddie Drummond on a post cut has it in Raiders territory. Still on his feet, and he might go. He's just tripped up from behind. A touchdown saving tackle by Dwayne Starks at the Raiders' 22-yard line. Eddie Drummond.
That's the reason why they have Eddie Drummond playing wide receiver. Not only this guy's a punt returner and kickoff returner, but he has the ability to make plays, to break tackles, and to be a game breaker. I'm happy to see that Eddie is out there getting the opportunity. He spoke about it in the past about he wanted to play wide out. Now he's showing that he has the ability to do so.
39 yards on the hookup between Orlovsky and Drummond. And the Lions here here they are threatening again. Late in the third quarter, down 21-0. That's Pollard in motion. And Orlovsky wants to throw quickly and has it batted back in his face. It looked like Turdell Sands, number 90, got his hand up.
Well, the defensive linemen are taught anytime they see a quarterback plant on that third step to put their hands up and try to knock the ball down. And that appears to have happened on this play.
Well, that's what you sneaky guys do. Once you see him set up quickly, you just stop and get your hands in the air.
Well, you know, when that 3 steps drop, you got to show that vertical. You know, most defensive linemen have like a 40, 42-inch vertical, so we like to exhibit that off.
Yeah, okay. Plus, you know you got no chance to get to it, right? Second down and 10. A toss to Calhoun. Oh, my goodness, that was a busted play. And Taj Hawthorne out of Wisconsin just drilled his former college teammate.
But there's nothing but confusion on this play. Someone needs to get in their playbook. It appears to be Calhoun. He's going in the wrong direction.
Well, it's a toss by Orlovsky, and it looked like Calhoun thought it was a straight handoff instead of a toss sweep.
Well, there's no excuse for that. We expect, even though Calhoun's a rookie, we expect for him to play well, to get in his playbook. He's getting an earful from the running backs coach.
Yeah, Wilbur Montgomery getting all over him on the sideline, and he's out of the ballgame now on third down. Orlovsky looking, fires left side, completes it to Drummond, but he can't stay in bounds. He stepped out at the 20. It's going to bring up fourth down, and the Lions will send out the field goal unit to try to get on the board for the first time tonight.
That's a route I just don't understand. I mean, you're running a 7-yard route when you need 13, 14 yards. So that route right there is pointless. You're not going to get the first down. They're going to allow you to catch the ball in front of them. Why even attempt it?
Oh, and Eddie kind of got boxed in by the sideline. He got too close to the stripe, too, didn't he?
Well, absolutely, but nevertheless,
I mean, there was no defender there.
No defender, but he couldn't turn the ball off the field.
Jason Hansen to try a 38-yard field goal from the left hand. Ron Muehlbach to snap it, and the Karras puts it down. The kick on the way, and it is just inside that left upright. And the Lions are on the board. A 38-yard Jason Hansen field goal. The Raiders lead at 21-3. The Lions trying to come back here in Oakland.
Wanted qualified individuals to watch NFL preseason. Must love football. Play well with others. And be willing to grow horns. Interviews all this month.
See 52 NFL preseason games only on NFL Network. Football 24/7.
Interest in fantasy football a plus. Body and face paint optional.
Dear NFL, you have my deepest gratitude after my son Ben won the Take a Play.
Are displaying effort. What they aren't doing is executing. That's the problem. They're moving the ball and they're making mistakes.
Jason Hansen to kick it off. Back deep, you've got Burl Toller and Rashard Lee. And this will be Lee. Down to the 25-yard line, and down he goes. And Danny Bullets is right there. You're right on that tackle, Kelvin. Mike Furry as well. This has easily been Mike Furry's best game of the preseason. There's a little bit of laundry down there on the field, a yellow flag, and this probably will indicate a penalty on the Raiders. Or is it? Mike Carey, the referee, is pointing toward the Lions.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Offside on the kicking team and holding on the receiving team, number 92. Oakland has the option of taking it at the end of the run or re-kicking. They have decided to re-kick.
Well, wait a minute. If there's holding on the return team, then Marinelli is happy with the outcome. But I honestly have not seen that before. So the Raiders go to work on their own 14-yard line, and here's Fargas breaking off the left side, weaving his way up over the 25 near the 30. Good run by Justin Fargas. Finally hauled down by Bill Swancutt.
Well, Fargas on this particular play, he's simply just reading his blocks. Breaks outside, nothing but daylight, and he's excelling.
Donnie Henderson, the Lions defensive coordinator, not too happy with that. You see him down on the sideline. The Lions didn't get much pass rush pressure on a consistent basis on Aaron Brooks in the first half. And no room to run this time for Fargas. He's stacked up in there at the 30. Check, that's Rashard Lee with the ball. Well, about a yard.
Well, it's late in the third quarter. I expect to see both coaches try to establish the running game. Maybe Mike Marks will pull a rabbit out of his hat and open up the arsenal now.
Well, you know the Raiders will run the ball with a big lead. Marks might want to run it too with Sean Bryson seeing his first action and Brian Calhoun in the lineup. Tuiasosopo on 2nd and 9 over the middle, complete at the 40-yard line to the tight end Randall Williams. And he's hauled down there by Alex Lewis. That's a Raiders first down. In the final minute of the third quarter, the Lions got the field goal, had the Raiders pinned deep on the ensuing kickoff, but Oakland has moved it out. Randall Williams, who made that catch, is limping off the field. Well, that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. The Raiders with 3 touchdowns in the first half. The Lions only a Jason Hanson field goal in the third quarter to answer. 15 minutes of football left here in Oakland. And the Raiders have a 21-3 lead as the Lions defense tries to hold. Oakland, Frank Beckman along with Kelvin Pritchett, Steve Courtney, and the coaches Rod Marinelli along with Art Shell. Art Shell's had a lot more fun tonight.
Well, Marinelli,
this reunion of sorts for a lot of people here.
Marinelli wanted to face adversity, and he has it.
21-3, the Raiders on top, heading to the final 15 minutes. Marcus Tuiasosopo with a first down, pitches to Lee around the right side. He ran into his own blocker, kept going up to the 45-yard line. Dante Curry stopped him. He just kept running. He wasn't going to stop no matter what was in his way.
He was going to run into someone, the Lions or Raiders or whoever.
Yeah, the stats don't really indicate a 21-3 football game when you look at them. The Raiders with a slight edge in first downs, 281 to 225 total yardage. The Lions have had the ball longer than the Raiders, but the Lions have turned it over twice in Oakland territory and have had an untimely sack against them in Raiderland as well. And that's really been the difference. That and Randy Moss with Aaron Brooks throwing to him.
Exactly.
Nothing going for Lee up the middle this time. He lost a yard, as a matter of fact. Idris Bashir, 28, came in from safety to make that tackle secure. A third down coming up.
From the 43.
Tuiasosopo on 3rd down and 8. Big split in that defensive front for the Lions. And the pass complete down the middle. And the Raiders have another first down as Tuiasosopo hits John Madsen.
No pressure by the front four of the Detroit Lions. They're simply getting to a shoving match with the offensive line, which allows the Raiders to just sit down on the zone and allows the quarterback to make the throw.
15 yards on that pass play. First and 10, the Raiders at 42.
The Raiders at the Lion 42. Cross sweep with Lee. And this time he avoids his blocker in the backfield, but he does run into Cleveland Pinckney.
Cleveland Pinckney has been impressive throughout camp as well. He will try to find a job on this Lions, but it'll be extremely hard. especially with Sean Rogers and Sean Cody and Marcus Bell playing so well.
Well, you know, you look at that defensive front, and you have Corey Redding, Sean Cody, Sean Rogers, James Hall. They're set.
Those are your starters.
Tyoka Jackson, the 12-year veteran. They love him. Marcus Bell.
Tyoka's a pass rush guru.
Kalimba Edwards and Jared DeVries, who's been around for a while, does a lot of things well. Short pass over the middle. And that's complete, and it looked like the Lions stole the football. Alex Lewis, he did.
Alex Lewis with the strip.
How about that heads-up play?
That's a great play.
Alex Lewis, who lost his starting job to Ernie Sims, fighting to get it back. And fights to get the football for the Lions right here.
Here's a guy just never giving up, showing outstanding effort, and wrestles the ball away.
O.J. Santiago, the veteran tight end, just got his pocket picked by Alex Lewis, and the Lions have it back.
Live primetime games kick off this Thanksgiving, featuring key divisional matchups. Touchdown! Broncos, Chiefs. Vikings, Packers. Brett Favre. Touchdown! Giants, Redskins. Touchdown, Redskins! Thursdays and Saturdays under the lights. Live NFL games on NFL Network. Football 24/7.
Would you like to lower your mortgage payments up to 30%?
I can reduce my monthly payments? Tell me how.
Smart Choice, the home loan exclusively from Quicken Loans. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing, Smart Choice is the answer. Here's an example. A traditional 30-year loan for $150,000 at 7.5% interest would be $1,070 a month. But with Smart Choice, that same loan would be an amazingly low $745 a month. That's a difference of $3,900 a year.
That's good news. So what are we waiting for?
Call toll-free now and see how you can lower your monthly payments up to 30%. The Smart Choice Loan. It's great for refinancing or for purchasing that new home. You get monthly payment flexibility, so you can decide to pay just interest or make payments to principal whenever you want. Call this toll-free number now or go to quickenloans.com to get started and lower your mortgage payments up to 30%. But don't wait. Take advantage today while rates are still low.
Only Hitachi Original Technologies unleashed the most lifelike color and detail in plasma, introducing the world's highest resolution 42-inch plasma HD TV. See it now at ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale and the absolute best deals guaranteed. Orlovsky to throw, and this is a little bit short of his intended receiver, Eddie Drummond. Second down coming up. Now the Lions getting a turnover from Alex Lewis on a heads-up play, stripping the ball away from the tight end O.J. Santiago on the short pass completion. And every play like that just continues to impress coaches. I think it's a pretty safe bet. Alex is going to be on the team no matter what. Pass caught by Drummond.
He's definitely going to make the team. There's no question about it. It's just that he's going to have to make his impact on special teams. That starting linebacker position belongs to Ernie Sims. Sometimes in the league, some positions are earned while others are given.
Well, they're now ruling that Eddie Drummond did not catch this football. They're bringing it back.
He didn't
make a good call.
That was a great call. He didn't make the catch. The ball squirted between him and was on the ground.
So it's third down and 10.
But Eddie is making plays on offense.
Hold on. We had a penalty called on the play. And I didn't hear Mike Carey's call. But it's apparent that it was a holding call. They moved it back 10 yards. Mike has been quick on that microphone today. He's not waiting for anybody.
Mike has a plane to catch. He wants to get out of here.
Furry with a nifty move gets outside, gets the penalty yardage back, at least most of it. It'll set up 3rd down and about 12 to go. And he's been doing that all night long. He just gets the call and boom.
He wants to get this thing over that way.
Here's your quick hitch to Furry.
Furry makes a move, gets outside, and gets up the field and gets all of the penalty yards back.
Oh boy, and old Stanford route number 26 is going to hear about it in film session tomorrow about that footwork on the coverage, isn't he?
Absolutely. You got a guy shake and bake you and get outside and allow something to get away from the help. Can't allow it to happen.
3rd down and 11. The Lions starting to run out of time in their comeback attempt here in Oakland. Orlovsky running out of time as well, and he's just got to throw it away. 4th down, and Detroit will have to punt. And we're going to get a look at Adam Anderson out of Western Michigan. As Mike Martz gives a few words of encouragement to Dan Orlovsky.
Coming into the game, I thought Orlovsky had the heads up on the second position, second quarterback position, but he hasn't played too well tonight. He hasn't fared well at all.
Adam Anderson's been averaging 42 yards on his punt so far in the preseason, and he sends this one back near the 20-yard line where a fair catch is made by Burl Toller. So you got timeout with the Raiders on top here in Oakland.
Go back to school in style with an HP Pavilion DV2000T with Intel Centrino Duo Mobile technology. Stay in touch with an optional webcam or the integrated microphone. Use the optional remote to watch widescreen movies in high definition or listen to music in concert stereo. And it comes with HP's award-winning Total Care, including free 24/7 live chat support for the life of your computer. The HP Pavilion DV2000T. Call 1-800-525-MyHP.
Every day, Progressive does something that's, well, progressive. They have this ticker that shows their car insurance rates and their top competitors. Right now on Progressive.com, you can see actual rates that people are getting. Sometimes Progressive is the lowest. Sometimes they're not. Hey, if they're this helpful when you're shopping for car insurance, imagine how they'll be once you're a customer.
The all-new DirecTV.com makes it easy to get the most out of your entertainment experience. Watch the latest movie trailers, get recommendations from Leonard Maltin, and order pay-per-view movies. Send yourself reminder emails so you'll never miss a TV show again. You can pay your DirecTV bill and quickly find the shows you like, then save them to a customized favorites list for reference. There's so much to DirecTV, and DirecTV.com is just the place to find it.
NFL Network comes to Oakland.
Kenny Chesney is coming to Ford Field tomorrow. Don't miss the biggest concert of the year. Kenny brings his all-star lineup. It'll have Gretchen Wilson, Carrie Underwood, Dierks Bentley, and a special appearance by one of the biggest names in Detroit music. Great lower-level seats were just released, and you can still get tickets by going to Ticketmaster.com. All right, Raider football now. They still lead it 21-3. And they still have Marcus Tuiasosopo at quarterback. Rashard Lee, nice cut to his left as he found the middle plugged up. And he picks up about 6 yards. And Cleveland Pinckney is there on the stop.
I'm a little disappointed with the defensive line in this particular situation right here. You know that the Raiders are going to run the ball. If you're playing defensive end, why are you rushing up the field? That's a no-brainer.
Pretty much know they're going to run the ball, in other words, huh?
Exactly. Play, run, then pass.
5 men up front for the Lions. Draw play. And Rashard Lee is spun down around the 30-yard line by Jared DeVries. And by Bill Swancutt at the bottom of the pile.
Here, both defensive ends play the run extremely well. Like I said, it's going to be a run. It's a draw. Retrace, make the tackle.
Swancutt got there first and stopped Lee a yard short of the first down. 3rd and 1 coming up.
3rd and 1, expect run.
And especially with 2 tight ends and an I formation, huh? The Lions looking for the run. The linebackers all up there shooting the gaps. And Rashard Lee goes down, and it's Alex Lewis again. Another big play by the third-year man out of Wisconsin.
Alex Lewis shot the gap. Some people think he may have lost this job to Sims, but hey, this guy said, I want to play football. I'm going to make plays.
I'll tell you what, he fought off a hold by number 61, Chris Morris, the rookie out of Michigan State. 7th-round draft choice.
I think he heard me. I think I told him it was going to be a run.
Good call. Glenn Pakulak in to punt it away. Back deep for the Lions. You got Sean Botiford grabbing it on the 29, sprinting to his right. He hurdles one tackler and then goes down at the 30-yard line. So he got about a yard on the return before he got stopped by Zach Tuiasosopo, the brother of the backup quarterback Marcus. We've got timeout on the field in Oakland. In his 15 seasons wearing the silver and black, Calhoun off the right side is hog-tied to the ground. After a gain of about 4 yards by Rashad Moore, and we've got a flag on the play. It looks like
Still first down.
there's Mike Carey.
Hey.
He can't wait to make that call. It's holding.
Mike's got a plane to catch. He's trying to get out of here.
Yeah, we were talking a moment ago about the Raiders' great history. They call themselves the team of the decades because they're the only franchise that's been to the Super Bowl in 4 different decades. They've been to 5 Super Bowls. They've gone 3-2 in those games. And they are one of the great success stories in the NFL under Al Davis. Calhoun on 1st and 20. We'll get a couple, and that's it. And you get some more tempers flaring among the big fellows in there.
A little indecisive.
Back over the decades, team of the decades, you look at the last 4 decades back into the 60s. The Raiders have the best winning percentage in the NFL. Orlovsky delivers for Drummond. Almost intercepted on the deflection by Chris Carr.
Well, there's no question that the Raiders have tradition. They've been through many Super Bowls, and they have a numerous amount of Hall of Famers, so they deserve it. They deserve that name.
There's the winning percentage of the top team since 1963, and it's the Raiders over the Dolphins and the Cowboys in the last 43 years. But the Raiders in the last 3 seasons have not fared so well.
It's been just the opposite.
Yep. Well, they went to the Super Bowl in 2002 in Bill Callahan's first year. Here's a draw play. And Calhoun will scamper out to the 33. But then after that winning season under Callahan, they won only 4 games the next year and won only 9 games in 2 years under Norv Turner. So 13 wins in 3 years, tied San Francisco for the fewest total in the NFL. And that's when the call went out from Al Davis to Art Shell again to come back and right the ship.
Art Shell was called back to make a resurrection, to turn this program around.
Anderson's punt to Burl Toller. He grabs it at the 30. Breaks to his right. And down he goes, and so does a flag. There's a block in the back against Alex Lewis. And we better turn Mike Carey's mic on right now.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 37. 10-yard penalty. First down. Timeout.
All right, Mike. All of you with us on the Lions TV network. Raiders football. We've got 6.5 to play here in Oakland. And Rashard Lee fights for about 3 yards up the middle. Dante Curry on top of the pile. And down at the bottom, it looked like Cleveland Pinckney in there again. 2nd and 7 coming up. Tuiasosopo getting most of the snaps here in the second half. And it looks like we'll go another game without the Raiders playing the former Central Michigan quarterback they've got on their roster, who's done a nice job in camp. Tuiasosopo trying to avoid pressure, does, tosses over the middle for short yardage. A ball caught in there by Johnny Morant.
Tuiasosopo avoids the pressure, steps up in the pocket, and dumps the ball off with a completion. First down, Raiders.
The Raiders with a first down up at the 33. Under 5.5 to go. And it looks like the Lions are headed for a 1-2 record after this one. Richard Lee off the left side. The Lions playing all run right now, Kelvin. Here's Dante Curry on the stop over there from his middle linebacking post.
I hate to give up on the Lions and say this game is pretty much over, but it has to be a very disappointing trip. The offense moved the ball up and down the field, but had several critical turnovers as well as a critical sack, and the defense hasn't done much either.
Second down and 7. And here's Lee on a toss sweep, and he stumbles to the ground. Well, I'll tell you what, that was Vernon Fox. I think he came in there and cut down the interference from that safety position.
That was Vernon Fox smashing in there, making the play.
Hey, we've got a Kent Smith sighting. There he is, the former star quarterback at Central Michigan. Wanted to get all of his family in Toledo, where he grew up and played high school football, a chance to see him. They're opening at home on Thursday night against Boston College. Central Michigan is. Kent had a great career there. Started for 2 years, threw for over 5,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, and ran for 17 scores. There goes Tuiasosopo, speaking of running. And he's up near the 45-yard line and might have another first down, and he does.
Tuiasosopo realizes that the wideouts are covered, does what a quarterback does best, realize the guys are covered, takes off and run. Realize he only needs 8 to 10 yards, so.
Well, he found the open space.
I guess I'm just a defensive player. The NFL wants the quarterbacks to slide. I want them to get their heads knocked off. Maybe I'm just biased.
Unless it's your quarterback.
Well,
you didn't want your quarterback to get his head knocked off, did you? Some of them. Here comes Richard Lee. We're just kidding. Don't email us, folks. 6 yards for Richard Lee. It's getting late, you know. It's been a long day. Richard Lee comes up limping a bit. Boy, he's been impressive. You talk about versatility. He's a guy on the Raiders team who has shown some versatility. Came to camp as a fullback. He's out of Middle Tennessee State, and they've moved him over to the tailback spot for the last several weeks.
Well, during this time,
impressive there. He doesn't want to come out. He's hurting though.
During this time of year, jobs are up for grab. You got to prove your worth, be willing to play hurt, and try to earn a spot.
They're going to give it to him again. Sore ankle or no? Ooh, he takes a hard hit from Alex Lewis, who's trying to make a point, isn't he?
Alex Lewis trying to tell coach that, hey, I want my starting job back. This guy's been offense. He's been on defense. He's been on special team, making plays, strip ball, vicious hits. He's doing it all right now.
And you know Rod Marinelli appreciates that, especially at the 2-minute warning of a 21-3 football game out on the West Coast. The Raiders with a commanding lead late here in Oakland. 21-3 as we head to the final 2 minutes here at McAfee Coliseum.
Tough.
2 minutes to go in Oakland. Tuiasosopo to throw on third down and completes it near the Lion 40-yard line, or did he? Nope, it slipped through the hands of the intended receiver down there, John Madsen. And so the Raiders will have to punt it to the Lions with under 2 minutes to play. Well, that was open. He just dropped it.
Drop ball, but the thing about that is the Lions will have the opportunity to execute their 2-minute offense, something that you want to get done in a live game before the season starts.
Sean Botiford's got a lot of fans out here. He went to Portland State. And Botiford might have a chance for a return. Grabs it near the 20. Outruns the first wave of coverage out over the 30-yard line to the 32. Did a nice job positioning his body on that, didn't he?
Nice catch, and he made the first guy miss what you want to have your returner do.
Well, it looks like Josh McCown will not see any action tonight. Dan Orlovsky is continuing at quarterback.
Well, they're giving Orlovsky the opportunity to earn the second-string job. John Kitna is the #1 quarterback, and there's no question about that. I think next week we will see McCown get that opportunity and probably play 3 to maybe 3 quarters.
And that final preseason game, the starters usually don't go too long. Short throw, complete, out over the 35-yard line, and Eddie Drummond hauled down there. By the way, that final game will be Thursday night, right here on UPN. Steve Courtney's pregame show will be at 7 o'clock on Thursday night. Botiford couldn't hold on to that throw. Incomplete.
I realize that the Lions are trying to get some work at this time, at this juncture of the game, but I think they should take Eddie Drummond out of the game. He's the starting kick returner, starting punt return. There's really no use of him being in the game right now.
Check that, 3rd down and 5 for the Lions at the 37-yard line. 1:18 to go. Orlovsky under a little pressure. Scampers out of there, flips it to the right sideline, and that'll get the first down. And it's Eddie Drummond who makes the catch up at the 48. And Orlovsky now 7 out of 12 in the ball game for about 90 yards, and the Lions use a timeout with 1:07 to go. The Lions opened the preseason with that win over Denver, and then suffered that disappointing loss down in Cleveland. Tonight here in Oakland, they are apparently headed for defeat to make it 1-2. They'll close out the preseason against Buffalo and then get ready for the start of the regular season. And that's a pretty tough schedule. Seattle, the Super Bowl loser, the AFC champion, opening the way. Oh, there's a poor throw that's intercepted by Chris Carr. So the Raiders get it back on their 3rd turnover as Orlovsky misfired down at the 35-yard line, and that'll pretty much wrap it up here in Oakland with 1:01 to go. Now, every turnover has come in Oakland territory.
It's just a poor read by Orlovsky. The guy's covered, triple cover. He's thrown into triple coverage, and there's just no way that he can get the ball in there.
And then Sean Bryson with a little frustration taking it out on Chris Carr. And Mike Martz discussing, no doubt, the read with Orlovsky, what he was seeing, I would suspect.
Right, Mike Martz giving him an earful right now, said that was a bad read, and the throw shouldn't have been made.
Well, Tuiasosopo will take a knee right here. And the Lions will likely let the clock run as well. The Raiders scoring 3 first-half touchdowns. 2 on passes from Aaron Brooks to Randy Moss. 63 and 25 yards. Then Lamont Jordan on a 14-yard run. And the Lions were only able to answer with a 38-yard Jason Hanson field goal in the 3rd quarter. And the Raiders will go to 4-0 in the preseason, the first time that's happened in 30 years. And the Lions, who are hopeful of their first winning preseason in 10 years, can now look forward to nothing more than a 500 record in the preseason campaign. That'll be the final snap of the ball game. The teams will head out onto the field to congratulate one another. The Raiders enjoying their 4th victory. And Rob Marinelli seeks out Art Shell and perhaps even Warren Sapp as well to congratulate his former defensive line star. John Kitna was under some duress early in the game, and he greets Warren Sapp as well out near midfield.
The Lions, they should be disappointed this afternoon. They didn't play well. To me, they looked flat, tired, flustered, and they just didn't execute. Coach said that there was no excuse, and I guess they can't give any.
Yeah, even though they're tired from the trip, obviously, that goes without saying. You're going to be tired in football games during the season, too, and I think that was Rod's whole point. And we'll talk more about that when we come back to Oakland in a moment. Our final tonight, the Raiders 21, the Lions 3.